What do you look forward to the most?
Just going out there, just playing the game. We competing hard every day. We compete hard every day. Every time we step out on the field, we compete hard. So that's what we're gonna do. They are brand football.
How many kids you know on that team? How many kids do you know?
I know a couple other kids played down here in South Florida. Played against some of them.
And any that you played with in high school, or?
I played with one of the receivers, Ermin Lane, on the South Florida Express.
Oh, okay. And that's a youth football or the
7-on-7, like a little.
Oh, 7-on-7. Did you guys talk to? Have you talked to each other lately?
Nah, we haven't talked to each other lately. That's right. He's on a.
Now, yes, Rashawn Scott talked about you and said that you're a really intense guy and really emotional, and you get upset if something doesn't go well. And but he likes that about you. Is that your personality? What do you know as far as football goes?
That's just my passion for the game. I love this game. You know, that's what I bring to the game.
Do you think you're going to be a little more passionate? I mean, what's it going to be like in Tallahassee, do you think? What do you imagine?
I never been up there before, but the guys, they helped me out. They telling me like what the atmosphere going to be like. They getting me ready for that.
What'd they tell you? What'd they tell you?
They say we going in the atmosphere. It's loud. It's going to be very loud. Like. So,
what do you know about the war chant?
I know about it. I seen the game. I seen a couple of the
what do you think of that chant? Have you played it in practice today? Have you played it yet in practice?
Nah, we haven't played it in practice yet. And our music, it's not like the chant. It don't affect me. I mean, I block all that. I know the noise, and I'm out there on the field. So.
And I should ask you how their DBs are. You know. What do you see out of the FSU DBs?
They have a good DB. Jalen Ramsey, one of the best in the nation.
Tyre, what's it been like for you guys since getting back from Cincinnati, just mentally and just emotionally for you guys?
We are ready. Everybody, we moved on now. We focus on FSU.
How disappointed were you guys after Thursday night?
Yeah, we were disappointed. It was a loss. Everybody's going to be disappointed after a loss. We was disappointed. But you can't let that affect your season. You got to move on.
When you guys watched the film, what did you feel went wrong? When you watched the film, what did you guys feel went wrong in that game?
You know, just a couple plays. So they made plays in that atmosphere. You know, plays that we shouldn't allow them to make, and we missed some plays out there. We left some plays out there.
Were guys struggling to get open at times? It seemed like on a lot of key plays that there was really nobody open.
The guys weren't struggling to get open. We just missed some plays out there. They made plays. So.
Tyre, you haven't been that involved in the offense before. Thanks for 8 targets. Were you surprised that kind of workload, that many balls coming your way?
I wasn't really surprised. I just knew I just got to win my matchups. It's about who getting open, just getting open. So when the ball comes, you got to be ready and be surprised when it's coming.
How would you evaluate your performance in your catches? Just overall, how would you evaluate how it went for you?
I mean, I left some players out there. The catch that they reviewed said it wasn't no catch, so I left some players. I feel I gotta. I feel I gotta do better.
Going back to Jalen Ramsey, what do you think of that matchup and going against him, and what makes him so tough?
I mean, he's a great player overall. His technique, he's a very technical guy. So he's got to dial in.
What would a win like this do for your program right now?
Right now, what would a win like that do?
Yeah, against FSU.
We just focus on winning the game right now. Just winning.
Do you like playing in prime time? I mean, last week, Thursday night, the only thing, is it a little more stressful?
Oh, no, I love playing in prime time. I mean, that's what you come to college for, playing those big games.
Tyre, just to go back to when you were a recruit, did Florida State recruited you as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How do recruits see this game? Is it a make or break for one way or the other? Not really. What kind of impact do you think it has on some of the kids that you're looking at to join you guys next year?
If you want to come to Miami, you want to come to Miami. If you want to go, like, I don't know if that really has something to do with your decision making. Because if you feel like this is the place to be, then that's where you want to go at. I always was a Miami fan. I grew up one. I always knew I wanted to come to the University of Miami.
So for you, it was just a game on the schedule. A big game, but just a game on the schedule. It wasn't make or break.
Do you remember when, I think UM's lost 5 in a row now to them. Do you remember the years, the glory days, when UM had won, I think, at least five in a row, or 6 in a row?
Yeah.
You know, what was that like for you, and how disappointing has it been these last 5 years, even though you weren't on the team? You know what I mean, for the program.
No, it was disappointing to lose against FSU. I mean, but not focused on that right now. We going against. We got them on the schedule this week, and so we're gonna see them.
Were you at that game last year? Oh yeah, that game was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
It was
was that
here.
like for you? Lost in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a loss. We lost. We left players out there.
Right.
Tyree, one of the things that Coach Golden talks about a lot is drowning out the noise.
Yeah.
How do you guys manage to do that when it's as intense as it is right now, and people are really frustrated just kind of with the team, with Coach, and with everything? How do you guys get over that and deal with it?
We don't worry about none of that. We just focus on what we need to do out there. We stick with each other. We just communicate. When we out there on the field, we just communicate with each other, just focus on what we need to do, focus on our assignments.
Last year after you lost that game, it just all went in the, I mean, you guys went downhill. How do you prevent that? If it should happen, someone's going to win, someone's going to lose. How do you prevent that from happening?
Yeah, I'm not thinking about losing right now. I'm thinking about getting this done.
Okay.